Alright, this is my favorite part of Ruiner. Right here. There's this... Okay, I just finished this battle where I killed a bunch of guys, and of course, as is traditional, they left their guns just lying around. Now, I could have picked up their guns during combat and used it to kill all of their friends. But instead, this machine drops into the level. I hit A, and it sends out this thing, sucks up all the guns into it, and just dispenses a bunch of XP. Like a little slot machine. Oh, and an extra gun, by the way. That's way better than any of the other guns that got dropped. Oh, look. Oh, I dropped another gun. Wait, can I just use it again? Yes, of course I can. So now I'm carrying a purple gun into my next battle. And just what I love about this is that it's an actual physical object in the game. Like, you can imagine that it would have been really easy to just have all the guns just sort of evaporate after the battle and just magically turn into XP and some numbers go up. But no, in Ruiner, it's an actual physical thing that drops down into the game and physically sucks everything into it and spits out little chits for me to pick up. So what I love about this is that, first off, the fact that it's a physical object is just great. I mean, and this is all over in the game. You know, the XP, it's not just magical XP that represents you gaining skill over time. It's actually like, it's a gamification mechanic in the actual society that you live in. Everyone's actually collecting karma and they're using it somehow to their benefit. Now, this is something that game designers have to think about a lot, because it's not enough just to give somebody XP. You know, if it just, a number going up in the background and eventually unlocking some stuff for you is great, but it feels a lot better if you actually know that it happens. And getting players to know that things happen is actually really, really hard. There's a lot going on, and players can get really distracted, and, and they've got a lot of visuals coming at them all the time. And so stopping the game for just a second, bringing in a machine, having it suck up the guns and spit out the XP, which you then go and manually collect, the player can't escape the fact that they just got a reward. There's no way for them to not notice that experience. And so, yeah, and the funny thing is, like, actually getting XP, even if I got 3 times as much XP invisibly, that wouldn't be as satisfying as getting that XP that I get to physically pick up myself. Another great thing about this mechanic is the way that it speeds up the game by eliminating regret. Normally I am a collector. I pick up every single thing that is not nailed down in Skyrim, and it fills up my inventory. It's not even all that fun, but I feel like I have to do it. I have just this fear that I'm going to regret leaving something behind. This game just takes care of that. First off, you can only carry one gun at a time anyway. It's not like you have some huge inventory that you can stock up on. You pick up a gun, it's got one magazine, you use it, and it's gone. Guns are Kleenex. But that means that, it's not like you're collecting a big arsenal of them, and so you're always going to be leaving a ton of guns behind you in every battle. And that could sort of set off that obsessive regret circuit in my brain. But this game doesn't let me do that. It drops a grinder and it's like, here, you want to clean up your mess? Clean up your mess. Look, there's no pickups left in the level anymore. You took care of all of them. They're inside you now. And somehow that just feels great. Now, one thing you might worry about when you're designing a feature like this is that it's going to cause players to underuse guns. That they're going to come into a battle, and because they know that each gun might be worth XP, it'll make them not pick up the guns and not use the full range of mechanics at their disposal. But so far, I've found that that's not actually the way I think. A lot of games out there, they try to hit you with a lot of progression anxiety. You want to, you just always feel like, oh, I'm just a little bit not powerful enough for this fight. I get that a lot in Mario plus Rabbids, for instance. I always feel like, I just need to buy that next weapon. I just need to buy that next skill, and then I'll be good enough to handle this battle. This game doesn't do that. It's very heavy on the action and on the skill, and the difference between playing well through a battle and not playing well is just enormous. And so I don't feel like my progression is what it's about. And so when I come into a battle, I'm much more concerned about my moment-to-moment, just the damage that I can do, the effect that I can have on the enemies, and I'm way less concerned about, how many skills I've built up over time. So, when I see a gun on the ground and I know it's a powerful gun, I just want to grab that gun and shoot somebody with it long before I even think about experience. But not every game is like that, and you have to know what game it is you're designing. And in the case of Ruiner, this was the right game to mulch guns into XP, because it doesn't take away from my desire to pick up guns. And even if it did, even if I really was that obsessive and I was like, I have to get every speck of XP, doesn't actually hurt that much to have something that motivates me to do a more challenging version of a battle by only using my default pistol and not picking anything up off the ground. So I bring my purple gun into the next fight, and it makes a difference for a little while, but then it runs out, and that's not a big deal. Guns in this game, they're fun, they're not a big deal, and you just mulch them into experience when you're finished with them. Incoming gift. Whoa, what are you? That's not a gift, that's an enemy. Alright, what you got? Ah. Well, that guy dodges me like crazy. What is this? Okay, it's a gift. That's nice. There we go. And that's what I love about Ruiner. It's one thing that I love about it anyway. You can check out my entire original playthrough if you want to, or some other video that I'm probably going to link. Or you could subscribe. But in any case, you should check out the game because I'm having a lot of fun with it.